How's it going, everybody? I know it's been a while. My name is Andreas. Welcome back to my channel. Now, before we go into it, I just want to apologize real quick. You could probably tell from my voice, I've got a little bit of a cold coming on. Got a bit of a stuffy nose as well running. So, you know, German weather, it was 3 degrees this morning. It's hard to adjust, really. I've been on the meds, but, you know, it's still harder to adjust, really. But without further ado, I'm here. Let's get into the video. Now, today, I thought I'd show you my starter team for FIFA 20 because I do want to make it a sort of RTG sort of feel. I'll probably be uploading 1 video a week or every 2 videos every couple of weeks, something like that. Okay, so before we get into anything, as you guys can see, I've gone for a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation because that is going to be my formation this year. It's going to be completely my formation this year because as I've been playing in the demo, I wanted also to switch things up from FIFA 19. Previously, I was using a 4-2-3-1 narrow formation, but for me this year, I feel like a 4-1-2-1-2 will help me a lot more in what I want to do. I want to have 2 strikers up front this year, and I basically want to keep one formation throughout the whole year where I can work on and build throughout the whole time. And 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, it's a bit more of a personal favorite of mine from FIFA 17 days, bringing the RTG style back, and you know, no FIFA points being invested this year, so I wanted to keep it at that sort of idea. Now, you guys don't have to get Tom Heaton, anyone really who's around 400, 450 coins. It doesn't really matter at the early stages of FIFA what goalkeeper you have because, you know, you can't really blame them too much for when any shots are going because you're not going to be able to afford the Courtois, the De Geas, the Neuers, the Oblaks. So you often go for a cheaper option. I've gone for Tom Heaton here. Right back, Frederic Gilbert, another Villa player, but obviously I'm trying to take Ultimate Team as seriously as I can this year. But also, I was looking at Premier League right backs. There's not many that are very, very cheap. You know, especially when you're just trying to build up that starter team for you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys won't be accessing through the web app. A lot of you guys will be getting the game straight away and just playing and, you know, building the team as you go. So if you guys do need a cheap option, I do recommend Frederic Gilbert. Left back, I've gone for Sead Kolasinac. 75 pace, 75 defending. The pace, obviously it's lackluster as well, just like Frederic Gilbert. But for me, the physicality is what's important. He's got, I believe, got 90 strength or something like that. And I believe he's got like 75, 78, something like that stamina. The stamina's been on the down low. I like my fullbacks to have loads of stamina, but obviously he's more of a like a defensive fullback as well. You know, he's got high medium work rates. He's 6 foot as well, which actually is a very good height for a fullback. 3-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot, left footed. It's a good option if you're looking for someone cheap. I packed him, so he's gone straight in my team, and I shall address this right now. I can't show you visible proof because I did just try and record this video, and when I selected another tab, basically my recording stopped, so I can't, I have to stay on this tab throughout the whole recording. But Tyrone Mings, my style this year on FIFA is, when it comes to defense, at least one very tall, very physical centre back who's going to be winning a lot of headers from corners as well. Corner headers, you know, sort of composed, good on the ball hopefully, and you know, doesn't have to have bags of pace, but as long for me, he's tall, he can win headers, he's good at defending, and he has over 65 to 70 pace. That's okay for me, and I've gone for Tyrone Mings here. Now, here's a very interesting fact about this card. He actually has more total in-game stats than a lot of gold centre backs on the market right now. One example I saw very well on Twitter was Savic from Atletico Madrid, who's 83 rated. I believe Tyrone Mings has a total in-game stats of 1,790, so he has a total of 1,719 game stats, which includes the pace, shot, passing, dribbling, defending, physical, and I believe Savic had 1,600 or something, or 1,500. Tyrone Mings, I remember this especially because he was 83 rated. Tyrone Mings shat on him in terms of total in-game stats. Another option I've gone for is Joe Gomez. Like I said, I wanted to have one centre back who would win a lot of headers, you know, bit more preserved, but someone who can catch up to strikers, push them off, you know, win the headers against the tall strikers, that sort of region. Now, my other centre back I've always had plans for was to be a faster centre back. You know, he doesn't have to be the strongest, but he's got to have good defending, you know, being good on the ball once again. And I've gone for that for Joe Gomez here. 4,000 coins. So he wasn't cheap, but he will definitely rise in price when the full games drops. Marvelous Nakamba, also known as Marvelous really for Villa. I don't know why I've just gone straight for his last name, because Marvelous is such a better name to have on FIFA. But in my opinion, you know, he's not going to be someone I'm going to be keeping for long. definitely not. You know, he's not got great passing as well for a CDM. Could be much better in that aspect. But, you know, he's got 82 physical, so he's going to have a lot of stamina. He's going to have a good amount of energy, good strength, good aggression as well. So he's going to be winning those tackles for you guys from the middle of the midfield, shutting down those lanes. 74 pace isn't bad either. If you want to hook an anchor on him or an engine or something like that to increase the pace or in passing, whatever you want really, I'd highly recommend doing it, because Marvel's the camera essentially. Just a cheap option for now for you guys. Now, if we take a look at his attributes and info, 5'9", so he's not going to be winning headers, but you know, he's got medium high work rate, so he's very preserved. 3-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot, left footed as well. Yeah, 82 physicality. He's going to be someone who hopefully for you guys will be a good starter CDM. John McGinn, now this guy, to be honest, was always going to make it in my team and start team, so I always knew he'd become a gold player. But John McGinn pretty much in those sort of stats culminates what I want in a central midfielder in a 4-1-2-1-2 formation at least. Someone who has a bit higher defending than attacking, so he's a bit more preserved. If you guys look at his player bio here, he's got high work rates, 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill move, so he could take the ball off his left, ping it on his right, 88 stamina, which for me, that's so important in a midfielder in a 4-1-2-1-2 formation. Stamina, for me, is the most important thing. Kovacic here, 2.4k, so actually not a bad deal at all for such a good overall like midfielder, because I always wanted to have midfielders who've got good stamina, but Kovacic also seems to have a lot more for me. He has good passing as well, really good passing compared to McGinn. His shot and defense are on the poor side, to be honest, for an 82 central midfielder, hence why he's so cheap. But he's got 78 stamina, which isn't bad at all. He's got decent strength, I think, as well, to get that physical up there, or at least good jumping and aggression. 76 pace, so yeah, he's fast. 86 for me, it's the dribbling and passing here which made me choose him. If we take a look at his stats, 5'9", 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, so he's got that as well for me. High, he works perfectly for me. Central attacking midfielder here, Jack Grealish, 450 coins when I bought him. So for a midfielder of that price, you're not gonna get something amazing, but you're gonna get someone who's pretty good. Once again, my tactic for FIFA 20 was to have one striker who was very tall, good physical, and you know, he'd hold up the ball and then lay it off to the faster player. Now, Wesley, 77 pace, so he's still not that slow, but he's got 88 physical there, so he has, I believe, 98 strength. No one's going to be shoving the ball directly off him. He's got 76 shot, I believe he's got 84, 85 shot power, which for a 79 rated card isn't bad. So if you guys really want like a sort of, I guess, Harry Kane sort of like striker, or someone much cheaper really for that price, Wesley does seem like a decent option for you guys. He's obviously very cheap. I believe he's around 2k now since the web app dropped. He's faster than Kane. He's got really good physical as well. So yeah, if you guys are looking for someone really to go for that sort of option, I do recommend Wesley. He is a good striker, and yeah, hopefully he'll bag you guys a lot of goals. Finally, to round it off, the left striker. There's not much to say about him really. Andre Gray from Watford, 86 pace. He's basically, for the price of 1.4k, fit my playstyle perfectly. He's not going to have the best of shooting, he's not going to have the best of dribbling or physical either, but in my opinion, he's going to get the job done for the first couple of weeks. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my starter team on the bench. Obviously, I've got the lone players. I've also got Fred, a bit of a super sub to go on later on in the game, who I packed as an untradeable. Otherwise, you know, it's a pretty basic starter team. But if you guys do want another option really for that sort of price, you know, or options for these sort of prices, I highly recommend you guys go for these players, because I believe, you know, they will be good players in the first couple of weeks of FIFA. The only player who I could understand you guys maybe like debating about would be Tyrone Mings, but for me, my personal playstyle, I believe he'll fit that perfectly. He's exactly what I want in a centre back. So yeah, we shall see when FIFA starts. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think of the new intro, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, lads.
Hey, baby, zieh die Nike-Leggings an. Baby, komm mit chillen, high in Venice. Ja, deine Freundin, Babe, ja, sie kenn ich. Doch sie ist mir so egal, zieh die Nike-Leggings.